This is part two of Claim the Point. So there's not going to be a lot of talking because it's too noisy, but I'll describe this when it's done. This video is long, but it's long for a reason. I'm showing you this in real time so you see exactly what's going on. I'm not speeding up the camera. If you want to watch the rest, go ahead. But this is how you learn. And like I said, there's a lot of ways to do this. This is my way. Okay, so we've cut the 4 points in real time. And then I always like to, before I take this out of here, this Avid CNC machine is really great as far as the axis on this. It has a homing switch right here. That's the homing switch. So it goes back, it knows exactly where it's at. I have a little mark on here, and I can change this anytime I want, but I always mark the front of my point. So I got to put this back. I got to cut 4 more after we inlay this 4. Now a lot of cue makers will come back and they'll cut another little notch right here, so they know, and they'll do that all the way around, so they know where to set this really sharp point up on there, so they get it perfect the next time. But I don't really have to worry about that with this machine because it homes and it knows exactly where it's at, and that's crucial. And then if this piece is bouncing back and forth like this, say it turns and it's not perfectly straight, it'll go that way a little bit. That'll make your next point short or long, but they won't come out right. So that is the 4 points cut. You see, these are not burns. These is the curly maple going all the way through. The curls going all the way through. They're a little browner because they're harder, so it wants to burn a little bit on the edge. But this is a really nice cut. It's not burnt. So I'm cutting this at 30 inches a minute. And it's not real fast, but if you go slow, then the cutter, the friction from this cutter will burn the wood. It'll turn it black. It'll still be okay, but it's not something you want. So just take it, figure out your speed for your machine. So like I said, this cutter here came from Unique Products. There's a lot of other cutters. I have other ones, but this does a good job for the money. I think it's about 60 bucks. You might get it cheaper or more somewhere else, but Jim Sickles at Unique Products, they sell a lot of stuff, a lot of tooling. They sell a nice machine. I started with one of their machines a long time ago. I mean, I didn't start with it, but I bought one. I think they're running somewhere around $10,000 for one of their machines, but it's a great machine. It'll make really pretty pull cues. So I'm going to take this out of there now, and we're going to take another look at it. I'll get this tripod set. Yeah, there we go. So that's really going to be a really nice 8-point cue. It's going to take some time. A lot of people say, well, why do those cues cost so much? Well, you can see why. And this is just a start. I'm going to show you over here how this is going to work. Not for you guys that know how to do this. I know you know how to do it. I gotta find the little piece I had here. It's just right here. Hang on. So, how this works, this is the veneer that's going to go inside. This is not the piece I'm going to use. This is just what I'm showing you. So I made these. So I get it up here. I made those a long time ago. This is just an old one for demonstration. So that's a 90. There's black. Hard to do when I'm trying to do this that way. I need somebody to run the camera for me. But anyway, that's a 90 degrees veneers glued together. And then this piece goes in there like that. And I'm gonna try to get out of the way of this so I can show you. kind of hard to do. And then this sits down in here. And I dropped it. Videos are kind of cumbersome when you got your thing on a tripod. So there it is. There it is. And that goes in there. And then after you get all those glued in, that's the way they'll look. You taper this whole piece again, cut these down, and then you cut your next point right here. It cuts this out and makes it look like one piece for your next set. And I'll show you that, but that'll be part 3. If you want to see that, you need to subscribe, follow, so I can show you. It's completely up to you. I really don't care. But if people are not interested, then I'm not going to waste my time showing you how to make pool cues. But that's how you do that. And this is part 2. Part 3 is next. You don't want to miss it, because we're going to cut the other 4 points, and then you're going to see the 4 points that I have there now glued into it. And you're going to see exactly how this is done. So if you want to get into it, you won't be no guesswork. It's trial and error still, though, because you don't learn to make cues overnight, but you have to at least have an idea where to start. We'll get to part 3 next.